The Quran itself, Allah says, this worldly life is nothing more than play, amusement, and a fleeting game. But have you ever thought about what that really means? Imagine children playing together. One says, I'm the king. Another says, I'm the soldier. They wear paper crowns and carry toy swords. They build castles out of pillows and defend imaginary lands. For a moment, it feels real. But we know it's all pretend. Once the game ends, they go back to being themselves. That's exactly how Allah wants us to view this dunya. It's like a stage play, costumes, roles, drama, but in the end, it's not the real you. It's not permanent. It's just a shadow of what truly matters. This world feels real, and yes, it has its beauty, but if we forget that it's temporary, we become lost in the illusion. Let me take you back to a personal memory. It's small, even silly, but it stayed with me. Back when I lived in Saudi Arabia, I was a young boy, maybe 7 or 8. My parents enrolled me in a school play. I was so excited because I was cast as the king. I wore a crown made of cardboard, a purple robe made from someone's curtain, and sat on a wobbly plastic chair they called a throne. My best friend had the role of the servant. He was supposed to walk up to me, bow, and offer me orange juice on a tray. It was going fine until halfway through. He just threw the tray down and yelled, I want to be the king. So I laughed, stood up and said, here, you can be the king. He sat down proudly on the throne and that was it. The play was over. But that moment stayed with me because it reminded me, even as I grew older, how quickly roles can change, how temporary they are. 1 minute you're on the throne, the next you're handing it over. And in life, we wear these temporary roles too. CEO, scholar, student, leader, influencer. But none of that is permanent. None of that defines who you really are in the sight of Allah. Just like actors in a movie, someone plays the hero, someone plays the villain. But when the movie ends, they all walk away. That role, that costume, it meant nothing outside the script. Life is the same. People assign roles to us. This person is righteous, or that person is successful. But what happens when the curtain falls, when this life ends? The labels disappear. The image dissolves. And what's left is your true self. What's left is your soul, what you built, what you stood for, how you lived for Allah. And that's the only identity that matters on the day of judgment. You know, someone might be completely unknown in this world. They might never post online, never speak on stage, never be admired publicly. Just a humble soul sweeping the floors of the masjid. No one knows their name. No one says salam first. And yet, on the day of judgment, they walk in with mountains of good deeds. They are honored before the angels. And the very people who used to be praised in this world might be standing behind them empty-handed. There are stories from the Sirah's times when the Prophet would say, that person, he's from the people of paradise. And the Sahaba would look confused, like him, but he's quiet. We barely know anything about him exactly. Because it's not the fame, it's not the flash, it's the faith that matters. See, what we often forget is that Allah doesn't judge by the standards of the world. The world judges by wealth, by status, by image. Allah judges by sincerity. The disbeliever may chase luxury, mansions, sports cars, high fashion, and society might call that success. But in the Quran, Allah reminds us that Fir'aun had the most lavish palace in history. He had the biggest house, the grandest kingdom, and yet he is the most failed human in the sight of Allah. On the other hand, the Prophet Ibrahim, Arabic king, Arabic clam, Arabic yet, Arabic caliph, Arabic clam, Arabic scene, Arabic caliph, Arabic meme, had no home. He was expelled, rejected, wandered the deserts alone. And today, he is the father of our faith. We even call ourselves the nation of Ibrahim. So what does that tell you? Never confuse what looks like success with what is success in Allah's eyes. But let's get real. This isn't just about disbelievers. Even within the Muslim community, and especially in religious circles, we fall into the trap of judging people based on surface-level traits. Let's be honest. A man walks into the masjid with a long beard and a white thobe, and immediately we think, MashaAllah, this brother must be close to Allah. Another walks in with a hoodie and jeans, and we look away, or worse, we wonder what he's doing here. And it's not just the clothes. It's how someone talks, how many hadiths they can quote, whether they know Arabic, whether they've studied overseas. All of that becomes our false metric for who is close to Allah. Sometimes people tell me, I feel so ashamed, I don't even know Arabic. How can I ever be a good Muslim? And I tell them you are sacrificing your sleep, your comfort, your own time to work double shifts and provide for your family. Do you really think Allah sees you as less? No. You are exactly where He placed you, facing the exact tests He chose for you. You weren't given the same circumstances I was, or someone else. And on the day of judgment, He will not ask you about our tests. He will ask you about yours. And here's where we really get it wrong. We keep comparing. She's memorized more Quran than me. How they look more religious. And slowly, we start lifting others up and pushing ourselves down. Or sometimes we do the opposite. We put others down so we can feel higher. But that's not how Allah works. Every soul has its own scale, its own path, its own mountain to climb. So take inspiration from others, yes, but never use them as a measuring stick to belittle yourself. This surah, the one we're reflecting on, it's like holding a mirror up to your soul. Not to compare, not to judge others, but to ask yourself, am I living with purpose? Am I walking the path Allah wants from me? Because even if the world praises you, even if you're seen as righteous or scholarly or popular, if your intentions are misaligned, it's all hollow. Allah doesn't care about the image. He cares about the heart. You could be the best reciter, the most quoted speaker, and still fail if your actions don't lead to the qualities described in this surah. And if your fame or knowledge or position didn't help you build those traits, then it carried no weight in the sight of Allah. On the flip side, someone with no following, no fame, but with faith, patience, sincerity, truthfulness, they've won. That's success. Allah mentions 4 qualities in this surah. 4 lenses we need to wear to see clearly. If we take them off, everything else becomes either a mirage or a road to destruction. You could gain everything in this world, wealth, admiration, respect, but without these qualities, it all disappears in the afterlife. Either it was meaningless, or worse, it was the cause of your downfall. That's why this surah is so powerful. It opens your eyes, it shakes you awake, it tells you, don't be fooled. But here's the beautiful balance. Islam doesn't say you can't live well. You can own a beautiful house, wear nice clothes, have a good career. Allah isn't trying to make your life miserable. He created this world with blessings for your comfort, but He also gave you a mission, and that mission has to come first. When your values are in place, when you're connected to Him, then your blessings are blessings. But without that connection, they become distractions. Or worse, live well, but live for Allah. Wear your crown, but know that it's temporary. Be the king in the play, but don't forget who you are when the curtain falls.